champion. I'm here with one of the most meticulous writers and, person that can review a battle. And I think maybe he's the perfect person for a Murda Mook versus Verb review. And, I've done a lot of talking. How do you feel initially before we jump into anything? Initially about the battle.
Impact-wise, I think it's a top 5 battle.
Okay. I'm at that.
As far as just a battle as a whole, I'm not really a fan of it.
Oh, okay. I can see that correlation.
90 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a movie. I've only watched it 2 times.
Okay.
I'm probably not gonna watch it again. Only because I feel like it's a lot to intake. I think it's one of those, watching it live. I was watching it with Hollow. Watching it live, it was entertaining just because it was Mook being back and seeing the intensity from Verb. I thought was incredible.
I love that.
And just us being in the room together, kind of, liking stuff and not liking things and pointing intangibles out. That was exciting. Reviewing this battle, it took me about 4 hours.
So you went through everything, even the third round. I'll be honest, I've watched the third round twice, but I never sat through and really was that meticulous, you know what I mean?
Right.
And going through everything, because you got to think, it's about a 22-minute round and an 8-minute round. It's a movie. I don't, who's going to chop it up like that? Maybe you.
Nah, not me. Again.
Shout to Rap Genius, whoever did that.
Whoever did that, they're incredible for doing that.
Or they must get paid a lot,
I think it was a fan who just kind of submitted it. I don't think it was somebody at Rap Genius.
Okay.
But in general, I'm not a fan of the battle. I think the battle was too long. I think you condensed this to a 4.5 minute cutoff point. So 4-minute rounds with a 4.5 minute cutoff point with a 10-minute round.
Third round.
I think you have a classic, a classic all around the board.
But didn't we expect this? When they said unlimited round, I think even not to toot my own horn, but I'm saying, Mook's gonna have a 20-minute third round. I don't talk to Mook at all. I'm like, he's gonna have a 20-minute third round, and he has a 20-minute third round. Like we predicted this.
Yeah, it was definitely predictable, but I felt like I thought he was gonna stop at some point.
He didn't stop.
Speaking to him beforehand.
Okay.
He was like, "Yo, I'm at 13," and I was like, "Okay."
That's good.
13 is good. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, 13 isn't really good, but it's like, okay, I could jack that. Watching it 22, 23, it's pretty extensive. The upside to that is, it shows that, he gave ARP his money's worth. It also shows that, these guys have no excuses for stumbling and choking.
I agree. I will give Mook credit for that. To my 22 minutes flawless.
And it's difficult to keep that kind of a pace and to remember these things and the physicality and to perform it, and also the crowd reactions and him stopping and still not stumbling or being like, yo, where did I stop at, or take a sip of water. No, it was just fluid. So for me, I thought that was pretty dope. But in essence, I'm not really a fan of the battle. I thought it was just too long for me. And other people I see, they enjoy it, but for me, it's not really something that I personally enjoy. But just in terms of what these guys did, they put together some material that was pretty okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. For me, my initial thoughts, yet again, even though I've already said it, I'm gonna be honest, me being in the building, I was definitely there as a fan. Before the match started, I see Verb on the stage, I see Murda Mook on stage, I'm jumping up and down like this is really about to happen.
Right.
Mook puts the do-rag, I'm like, oh, it's going down.
Right.
ARP is like, yo, Mook is on you, I'm like,
Right.
He about to spit 4 or 5 years ago. He's finally returning, and I was happy in the building. I was very happy with the battle, and I felt like Verb delivered, and I felt like Mook delivered. But at the same breath, I can't sit up here and say everything that even Verb said was hot or Mook said was hot. There was dry spots between the both of them. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when this battle drops on YouTube, it may get dark. and make it dark.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's dark now. I mean, I think it's dark. I think it's
For us that keep going back and checking everything.
I think it's dimming.
Okay.
You know, I feel like this was not a battle that people should have ran out and just said this person won. I think the culture as a whole kind of just was like, okay, this person won, and that was it.
In my initial review, I just gave Verb the first round, so you know what? The second round's close. The third round, the simple fact that Murda Mook went 22 minutes, I'm not about to just give it to him.
Right.
Because you rap that much longer. I'm like, so my initial thoughts like, yo, the first round, that's it. Let me take a few moments with this.
You know, it was a lot of people that had that same feeling.
Yeah.
Me and Hollow felt the same way. The people that was in the room.
Yeah, we spoke. Yeah,
and I felt like, you know, it was. So when I went online and I saw that people were just like rushing, like, to choose a winner, I was like, wow, like already, like this is kind of quick.
But the problem is that, you know, we just see Murda Mook lose a round.
Right.
So I think people jack it off like, okay, oh wow, we probably can say he lost.
Yeah, and I mean, and
Simple fact, it's debatable.
I mean,
oh my goodness.
Right, and I also believe that the promo from him,
yeah,
was spicy.
Yes, very spicy.
So, you know, I think people wanted him. Well, not wanted him. People expected
he advertised the death.
That right? Yeah, he advertised the death.
You would either him or Tech Nine said this. I think Mook said you're not going to win a bar, and Tech Nine said you're not going to win part of a round. So it's like, are we going to this battle?
Yeah, I mean, they put.
I'm just saying, he's putting the pressure on himself in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that, you know, that played a part in it, and I think, you know, Verb shocked a lot of people. But I also feel, you know, I've started, and maybe you can, you know, respond to this in your response. I've seen people say this is a top 5 Verb. I
agree, because, you know, we don't see Verb come with a lot of material. Every time he raps, he stops at 2:30.
Yeah.
If he's contracted for 3 minutes, I'm like, he's gonna go 2:30 or something like that. This is the first time in the first round, second round, Verb is rapping for about 7 minutes, 8 minutes.
Okay, so are we grading Verb as a top 5 Verb because of length of round? Or?
Oh no, not at all. Some of the content too.
I mean,
some of the content.
Some of the content.
So you got to think to yourself, what's the top 5 verbs? You think Hitman? Boom. Cortez?
For some, do people, when people say the Cortez battle, it's usually just the first round that people quote, and this is something that we're gonna speak on later about moments. People quote the camel bar.
Yeah.
And the show
back that camel.
So
SB
is a top 5 Verb to me. I think the Hollow battle, when I first saw him against Hollow, that was scary. I was scared.
I thought Verb is dangerous. I'm becoming a fan of him.
Right.
That's the reason. Yeah.
So I would say Hitman, Hollow, SB and Cortez is kind of like a tie. Okay. The Goods battle.
But then you got first. He had great moments. The math battle. Yeah.
He was great in the math battle. Yeah. The first Miles battle. I thought he was great and I don't know if I don't know if this performance is better than those performances. I can't really I don't know. I can't give that to him. I feel
like I could find a way to slide this battle in the fifth place.
I think the importance of it will land in there because of
the weight of
the story of the battle being like, you know, I think the narrative was that he's always been hated on. And I think for the first 2 years of his career, from 2010 to 2012, he's been hated on. But then afterwards, he didn't really receive that kind of hate. Mm-hmm. Maybe, you know, it's debatable with K-Shine, but every time he's come to New York, it's been a fair shake, you know, at least to me. I mean, unless, you know, you...
No, not the... Just, I feel like the Rex one wasn't a fair shake.
Well, that's the first 2 years, 2010 to 2012.
Right. Yeah, I think so.
So... I think he's having a fair shake, but the fact that he got a 3-0 in Harlem to me is a perfect storybook ending to his New York placement.
You saying the fans want that?
Yeah, I mean, him just getting a 3-0 period, it's just like people saying 3-0 in the crowd.
Yeah.
It's a perfect storyboard ending for his New York trips, which for me, not to get off the subject, but I do think Lux needs to go down there. Like, I think that's something that he deserves. He's putting enough work
Lux ain't going nowhere.
He's not, and you know, that it's a sad situation.
It sounds good.
But I feel like he deserves that. So, in essence, I don't know if this is a top 5 Averb. I think it's a top 10, definitely. Maybe in the like 6 or 7, but I don't know if it's top 5. So for me, I think we should just get into this.
Go into it. I mean, you want to go straight to the first round?
Yeah, let's get into the first round.
Murda
I mean,
Mook?
first off, intangibilities. I mean, I feel like
Do-rag.
Yeah, do-rag. People were excited about it. His pacing was a little bad. I was not a fan of his delivery or his pacing. I thought that may have been a little bit of ring rust. Hearing this stuff over the phone, it was quicker tempo. It was faster.
Okay.
And I feel like a lot of what he has here is like, it's good stuff, but the pacing, and I feel like delivery is just as important as the bars. So, he comes out, made a mistake.
I thought that was dope.
I'm
in the crowd, loving it.
Yeah. Stay in your place.
See it smack Beasley, stay
in your place.
I like that too. I'm in the crowd, loving it.
Overboard, make sure.
Thought that was cool.
Cool bar, I agree. Verb's energy is high at this point, so I think I wrote that down because as Mook is going, Verb is like, it's an excited Verb. You know what I'm saying? And this is something we haven't seen. And you kind of have to grade Verb on that as well. Like, just his energy matching Mook's. So I looked at that and I was like, okay, that's pretty good. I didn't like the physicality from Mook. I thought that was a little...
The aggression was overboard?
I thought it was a little overboard. I feel like, you can pat somebody. But he was like, he was kind of being very aggressive, moving him. There's one thing, you tap a pocket or you hit him on a shoulder, but he was physically moving him. I don't know. It was a lot of that. And I'm not sure if that's something that I could grade on a positive note for Mook.
I will say that, when Murda Mook said, I'm going to make Verb want to fight me, I thought it was going to be with his words. I didn't think it was going to be with his physicality. So it's like...
So, I took a couple points off of Mook for that. I took a couple
you got points over there.
Yeah, I took a couple points off for, the slow pace as well.
Okay.
He did a chain punch with detention, chalk lines, and sentences start with I's. So, when you're in detention, you start with I's. And he tied it all together with a name flip, Chad ties in.
I thought that was dope.
Very dope. So he's starting off pretty good. The ICU peekaboo, I see a lot of people that don't like that bar.
I thought it was cool.
I thought it was cool as well. The issue was there was no real rhyme set up for a hard-hitting punch. There was nothing that really kind of went into it.
Okay.
So the IDU would have worked better if he had said IDU with the ICU. It would have been like, oh, okay, that's dope. Front of the GOAT, it works, but the pace and delivery just was slow-winded.
That's throughout the entire battle. You talk about the pace of it's him throughout the entire battle.
Morning Sunshine works. I put because of the physicality. I see a lot of people that didn't like it. It's not really a punchline. It's like a slick bar that he slipped in. But the way he looked at him in his face, I like stuff like that. I like how people deliver certain things. Chastity's belts. It's okay. I'm sure it's been used before though.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
He got booed for that, so we got to take some points for that.
It's like when he did it too. I think he didn't rhyme right there either.
I think he did rhyme, but it wasn't streamlined.
Okay.
Like a streamlined rhyme. He had a 2-bar scheme, which to me should have been more prevalent in his material.
Okay.
I like 1-bar schemes, 2-bar schemes. He did a 2-bar scheme that worked. The walkie-talkie to me is a reach, and Rex said it better against.
I had those same notes. So I'm like, I don't keep thinking Mook. I'm trying to.
Nah, I mean, this is what I'm here for.
I'm trying to leave Mook alone.
This is what I'm here for.
Okay.
I think Rex did it better against G Soldier. One to cross word scheme, which is a crossword. It was okay. Point strip for the physicality, took that away again. Empty 3, reach. I like CDs ain't around no more.
I like that too. I got that down.
But he reached with MP3, no. Geronimo fell forward. Great jab. He went for the drop. I like that. But the following bar didn't hit on a lot. I didn't like that.
What about the picture, God that isn't carved?
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
Rushmore.
Yeah.
That's he starts to slow down at this point.
Okay.
The magic scheme falls flat. Abracadabra. It's a reach.
I didn't like that Jamaican Mexican voice.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was. That was not. I'm not really a fan of that. He starts breaking the Showtime down within it. So, but then it goes into an angle with reeling him in. I thought that was good, but the angle just didn't. He didn't zero in on it because of the reaches within that particular scheme. Permy relax, no. The round is slowing down. Diatretic line is a really good bar.
Yeah.
Buddy's Love, Murphy's Law, good play on words. Sun Check, Adopted Juice, pretty good.
Okay.
Army Scheme, 4 bars, it's okay. One in the Pool, Gene
Actually,
Pool.
like the Army Scheme.
Yeah, I thought the Army Scheme was pretty good, the general stuff.
Yeah.
So what I have here is he started fire and then it ended light.
I have the same thing.
A lot of reaches, physicality plays a part.
Okay.
Pacing is a little bad, so I gave that round a 7. You know, and I thought
you numbered the rounds.
Yeah, I numbered the rounds.
I didn't number it.
I gave it a 7. I thought it was a beatable round. I thought
the crowd when he was done, like, yo, this Mook was dope, but this round is open.
You know, and I
Verb
think
can take this.
Yeah, and for me, I think Mook, he went into this battle trying to appease the fans. You know,
That's the problem.
But see, to me, is it a problem like when all you see is Mook's pen is bad, he's boring, he's not entertaining. He cares about the culture and what people feel so much. He went in trying to upgrade his pen. He went in trying not to do what everybody doesn't want him to do. So I think he was in a lose-lose situation regardless. Because
but you can be in a lose-lose situation and, like, you know, clearly, like, let's say we have a debate over here. You can be in a lose-lose situation and the fans be mad at you, but you can win clearly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With a different approach. You know what I mean? This is not an exhibition bout. This is not a sparring match.
Right.
Verb is coming for your head.
Right.
A different approach would have worked.
What I liked about Verb's round was he
Let's get into it.
he went in, he had his bars,
Mm-hmm.
but he also had like angles.
Paint a narrative.
He painted a narrative, and he was, to me, in this particular round, he was a narrating, descriptive,
Very clear.
quoter. He's not punching in this battle.
Yeah,
It's more quotes.
Yeah.
And when he does punch, they're very short.
In and out.
Quick flurries, and they're in succession. And, you know, as I was trying to explain this to Mook, I'm like, he is hitting you quickly. So you got to think of a boxing fight. What is that fight? The fight in the first round when they were just going crazy. Was it Hagler and Hearns? Was that the fight?
I think so.
So Hearns comes out and they fighting, but it's like a slugfest. I felt like this Verb was reserved, and he was hitting him in the beginning, and then towards the end he just started to kind of do one of those. So
and we talked. I think you probably were used on the show too. We talked about breaking the aura of Murda Mook.
Right.
I think he did a great job, at least attempting. I wouldn't say he just pretty much just knocked it down, but he did a great job. I'm talking about some F your legacy, F your honor.
Right.
You know, I'm talking about T'Challa, the Black Panther. I don't think it was a Black Panther bar. You know what I mean? It was the angle, the approach to me was perfect.
So Chill back then, he starts off with that, Held Back Still. That doesn't rime. I didn't
really get no points for that. I'm like,
Toss the Do-Rag, panned it to the crowd. I thought that was pretty good.
The do-rag that he threw in the crowd.
Oh yeah, you called it. Okay, that's the Do-Rag.
Yeah, so
don't put that on, please.
I will never put. I got too much here to put it on anyway. But I'll be selling this. You know, the bid starts at $30. This is part of history. You know, this is his one. He can tell you.
He had a good scheme coming out of it with the Black Panther stuff. Great pacing, great delivery, painting the narrative. Mook killed his 3 opponents, whereas Verb has more wins than losses. I didn't really understand that Iron Loaded.
Hotline Loaded.
Yeah, I was kind of confused about that.
I mean, it's a dope bar, and to me it makes sense because I felt like only person he killed. Okay, I'm not gonna get. Murda Mook beat all 3.
Yes.
Only person he killed was Young Hot.
Huh.
So
you don't think he killed Iron Solomon?
No.
You know, Iron Solomon retired.
He gave. I was there.
He stopped rapping. No. Like, stop doing music and everything. like, you realize this, right?
Okay.
Okay, so like to me, that's a kill. He admitted it on stage. So that's a kill. The Lux battle, you know, Lux went on Vlad. He was a little sad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is it a kill though? I mean, I think it's a 3-0, but was it a body bag?
And I think that's what he's getting at.
Okay. I mean,
because if he killed these 3 opponents, the fans will be coming at like, yo, come on, your stuff not intricate. Where's your bars at? They're like, Murda Mook he's out here killing people. That was never the narrative, I think. So, okay. I mean, I like the line.
Okay. Power reference in comparison
I like
with Ghost. I liked it. I enjoyed that. Donovan Mitchell's. I thought that was okay.
Yeah.
You know, he got on clips for doing that in 2011 for Jersey bars. And then, you know, he come back around
to a 24-5.
You know, so, you know, shit explode. I thought Verb is still painting the narrative. He's still kind of, you know, getting into it. So there's not going to be back-to-back punches, but not one of us. That was...
Joe Budden tweeted that out. Joe Budden said, yo, he hit you with this one.
That was really good. And that was unseen.
Perfect.
Like, I didn't expect that.
Exactly.
That's why it works. That's a haymaker.
You see my face? This is the crowd. This is the crowd in the building like...
Wow. That was...
They're like, you know, hold on. It's true. Like, they going through easy offend. Like, yo, that's a fact right there.
That's the first haymaker of the battle, in my opinion, as well.
Thank you.
You know, the superintendent line was okay. I feel like the Total Slaughter and the Snoop situation were both instances where he helped battlers. So to me, like, it was like one of those scenarios where the Not One of Us, he was painting this picture that he never came back and helped people. Yeah. But he has, you know what I'm saying? He's helped people. Trapped in that cage, fire.
Love it.
Another angle.
Your python. Yeah.
You know, another angle. Fire. Shellfish, that's cool. Paralyzed was cool. Still a part of this narrative. The pendulum bar was really good.
That coming soon. Your third match, swinging the pendulum.
You know, old Verb.
I didn't like this line. Me and them St. Louis niggas, we took the boat, Noah's Ark, and turned that bitch to a car club.
Yeah, I wasn't liking that. I did like the funeral bar.
Yeah, you sound takes your own funeral. Yep.
Learn the ropes. Good jab. Personal. Doing this. If I do this in your crib, it's personal. Dope. And then this is when, to me, this portion. This is where. Ayo, Verb. This portion is when you should have said, so it's showtime.
Facts.
Because this was the showtime. This was the showtime of the battle. Connoisseur.
Yes.
And then Connoisseur.
Connoisseur, yeah.
Great hominin play.
I terminate the Terminators.
John Connor to him. St. Louis on Obama to him. Comment to him. Smoke. He don't want this smoke. This embalming fluid. You got the transform. You do it like Robin do it. I'm not gonna be like these new niggas to pay homage to you. You know what I'm saying? Then I go noodles.
I go noodles like a
college student. I wasn't really a fan of that bar, but because of the pacing and how it was going, you just kind of
delivery.
I acknowledge the crowd rocked with it. At this point, Verb is just kind of smooth sailing. Watched this movie, Rock Acoustics, Constitution to Dr. Seuss shit like that. It was just like, okay, this.
This the flurries you talking about?
This is the flurries. I gave this round a 9. Okay. And this was a clear round for Verb. You know,
I thought better approach, better bars, better delivery, better at painting a narrative, more tailored material to his opposition.
Right.
Which I think Murda Mook should have, played more into.
Getting into the second round.
Let's talk about it. This round is close, people.
This is the close round. This is a close round to me.
Me too.
Laughing King, Saya joke, he also breathed. Saya joke, it's cool.
So are we skipping past when he said Smack called me? He was getting some head to pretty much try to reel people back into his round.
That was a great intangible.
Yeah.
He got everybody excited, to take kind of some momentum away from Verb. So we got to give him some love for that. And then he goes into this alcohol scheme. The wino.
Tread carefully.
I'm
gonna give him credit for a lot of parts in the alcohol scheme, but tread carefully.
No. You know what I'm about. You know what I'm about to do.
They said this wanted him to round. It's like I don't know.
No, this doesn't want him to round. Wino. Stumbling. AA. Pretty dope. Trust Me, Chaz. Okay, so this alcoholic. No, this is a reach. And, people reach in schemes. Yeah. But for whatever reason, people are over-exaggerating, I feel a little bit. Just saying, oh, he said alcoholic, and, when you look at everybody else's schemes, people are going to reach at least once or twice. Okay. But given the gravity of this scenario and situation.
And the fact that it's Murda Mook.
I can't jack alcoholic and non-alcoholic. I can't.
That's all I want to hear, people. Come on. I ain't trying to snap on Mook, but we can't. You know what I mean? You can't tell me that's how when it gets to the reach.
And the issue, phonetically it doesn't work either. And the issue is he could have just said alcoholic, and it would have nobody would be saying anything. I like Breath of Lies. I like Test My Lines as well.
Hey, I think this is the part where I give him credit. This whole part here. Hey, how it feel being a designated God to whip. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You guys grieving and you see you sleeping and pee sinking while you sleep.
Point 9.
0.9 blowing it. But I thought that was.
So all of this is good. Now we get into the whiskey business. So, Whiskey Business is a movie.
Okay.
From 2012.
That's dope, but he doesn't relate to that movie at all.
But the movie is related to the scheme of whiskey and the business of it. Now this is not a whiskey. Yes, with Pauly Shaw. Now this is not a whiskey scheme. So for me, I grade this. This is pretty bad, man. Like it's bad. I see where he was trying to go, but I felt like if he would have had like a Pauly Shaw reference or a movie reference, then it works.
And on top of that, who really saw that movie?
Nobody. I mean, risky, and I think what the fans are saying is risky.
Risky, yeah.
So I reached out to Mook. And I told him, I said, listen, I told my man, I said, look, Mook got 24 hours to respond, or we just gonna call this like a blatant reach. He kind of confirmed what I thought it was, which was the movie Whiskey Business. However, he also did say W.R. Like some people do roll their W's and their R's. Mm-hmm. So he did want it to be Risky Business. So for me, we got to take points off of that. Because this is the purpose of a scheme is the last bar is supposed to hit the hardest. Crescendo. Yeah. So whiskey and risky just doesn't work. Mm-hmm. So we take points off of that. Computer Whiz, Smart Type, Dope Jab. God Twice was dope.
I thought that was dope. I like that.
And it got no reaction. Then this is the
got a reaction from me?
Yeah,
If you got putting the camera to me, I was like, he cooking. I like that.
The flow pattern here is much better. And even Verb acknowledged it. The Murda and the Burn.
I love that.
This was something.
I was in the crowd going crazy for that.
Right.
I heard and Bird, nigga.
I feel like the flows are starting to come back because Reed was doing it and people are loving it.
Good rapping.
Instead of just the 4-bar kind of thing. So this, to me, this is when he started to speed it up. You know what I'm saying? And he got the reaction he had been waiting for the whole battle. So to me, this was like one of his highlights of this round. The UR and the ER here with her.
That was cute.
I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that. Shake his ass up, pause. It was decent. Public Defender, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I like that.
Superhero, Gauntlet, no, that's a reach. Disappear.
I'm the real, they knows. I'll let him go with that.
Is it Thanos or is it Thanos? Thanos.
I mean, people say it 2 different ways. I'll let him go with that one, yeah. That's
okay, fine. Okay. Disappear, Disintegrate. Mm-hmm. I thought that was dope. I'm
not going to nitpick that. I mean, there's a few things I could say about that. But
what is it? Do you have people said it before?
Yeah.
Who?
Rum Nitty versus Arsenal. But then again, it's like, I doubt Murda Mook watched that battle. Right. I mean, I doubt he watch everybody's stuff on my 4-year hiatus to make sure. I doubt he did that. So I still like, that's a dope bar from him.
Marvel, Captain, Paid You.
I thought that was fire.
That was very...
I thought that was fire. That was the best part of the...
Or you gotta cut them loose. Ay, roll the dice, you either win or lose. Baby, fuck all my niggas, ain't no pick and choose. Riding through the bay with that shit on me. Look at you.